First and foremost, just want to thank Jesus Christ for the opportunity for me to actually stand here and give my testimony, because without his sacrifice I wouldn't be here this day. I grew up in a small town in Victoria with about 5 in my family. Seven in my family, that's right. But I always attribute this, my start of my life really bad when I was about 3 years of age. And what had happened was my 2 sisters dressed me up in a tartan dress, pulled my hair up into a little bow in the top, and made me walk past a few people in my town, in my street, you know. And I thought, that really was the start of my walk in my life, where I went really weird. By the time I was 9, I was actually involved in some pretty serious stuff. Next door neighbour introduced me to some wicked things. By the time I was 12, I was smoking dope. 13 years of age, I thought about committing suicide, so I put a gun into my mouth and then seriously considered my family and friends and what they'd think of that. By the time I was 15, I was heavily into drugs, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol. By the time I was 19, I was pretty burnt out. I had a facade. I had a big beard, long hair, my ears were pierced, swore like a trooper, and everything that everybody did I had to do 10 times worse just to try and prove that I was a hero. The age of 19, I actually had an encounter with Jesus Christ, got saved, and I knew I'd had an encounter with Christ because he literally changed my life. But within about 3 months, because I wasn't actually going to church, I just completely lost all of that foundation. Then after that, moved out of home, moved down to the Latrobe Valley area in the middle of Victoria there. And from there, my life just spiraled worse and worse, because what I began to do was I began to realise that God had done something in my heart and I was running from him. So the more I got into drugs and the more I got into alcohol, every morning I'd wake up, there would be the voice of God just saying to me, come home, come home. And so I ended up getting into LSD, acid. I was on that for about 6 months, and then one night in the pub, I was standing there and I said to God, God, I don't care whether I go to heaven or hell. I've had enough of this life. And so about 2 weeks later, I was involved in a car accident around about 160 k's, me and 2 other guys. Got out of it, got a 3-inch scar on my back that reminds me every time, get out of the shower and have a look at your back and you see that there, and it reminds me of what God did for me and saved my life. And so it was about 4 weeks after that I actually came here to Western Australia, sold off everything that I had in Victoria, cut off my friendships for a period of a few months while I got over here. Came to this church, but it was in Scarborough, and I bowed my knee at an altar and I said, God, you need to help me, because I was hell-bound. There was no hope for me. And Christ turned my life around radically. And when I talk to my friends and that on the phone, and they actually see me and speak to me face to face, they can't believe that I'm the same person that I was 25 years ago, because they said, man, they were waiting for me to, just stop this facade they thought I had on, where because I used to swear a lot, foul mouth, everything that came out of my mouth was just disgusting. And so when they're talking to me, they're looking at me and they're just going, man, something's happened to you. I said, yeah, that's because of Jesus Christ. He died on the cross for my sins, he rose from the dead, and when I asked for forgiveness, and he accepted that from me, he came into my life and he changed me. And I tell you what, tonight, guys, there's people sitting here, that's what you need. You need forgiveness. Nothing more, nothing less. You need forgiveness from Christ. Thank you.